Hello, we're about to do an unboxing of something that we've needed for a long time that we're hoping will help us out. This is a Rubicon mobility wheelchair. This is the DX14, one of their better versions. And we got this one for a particular reason. Mr. Jackson Fry here is one of those reasons, right?
Yeah.
So Jackson is partially paralyzed, so we have difficulties getting out into our backyard. I'll show you what we're dealing with here. We end up putting a ramp in for him. Up till now, we used a little 12-volt Jeep to get him up and down this hill. This is a really steep hill. Of course, we can't go straight up and down with it, but we can go at an angle from the camper up here with the 12-volt Jeep. So we're hoping this wheelchair at least has that much power. It should have more because it's a 250 watt, two 250 watt, or actually this claims to have 300 watt motors on them. So it should be a lot stronger than what we have in the little Jeep car that he runs, that 12-volt car. To get him up and downhill, he's gotten too big for it. So we moved up to something that's really too big for him, but we wanted to get something that's overpowered so it makes it a little easier to climb that hill. And I haven't seen any videos of anyone trying to go up any kind of real incline with these. You see many videos from those who are selling them, but you don't see any user videos, which is really strange. So we're going to try to upload this, and we're going to show you every detail of how this thing works or don't work. It's either going to work or it's going to fail. I hope it works because we have, I believe it was $1,699 for this thing. And that's not an easy purchase. And of course, you can't get insurance to do anything, so this is coming out of our pocket. But anyhow, we're going to open this thing up. I'll show you the unboxing of it, and we're going to test it out. First with me. I'm 250 pounds. The claim is this chair will hold 330 pounds, and you're supposed to be able to travel around with it, with that kind of weight on it. Now he's only around 80 pounds. So we're hoping he has no problem getting up that hill with this thing. But I'm going to do the test with it to see if it pulls me up and down. If it can pull me up and down that hill, then it's going to pull him up and down. But we'll let you guys watch every bit of this. All right, thanks. Okay, Jackson and I are going to get ready to cut this open here. We'll see what it looks like. Yep, you want to hold that side? Lock right open.
This is very easy, Dad.
So far, we're going to try to do it. Watch your feet fall get this part, okay? We're going to do it just like we watched the guy in the video do it. Try it that way, huh? Got some instructions here. Done. Let's see if we're still in camera view here. Let's scoot this down just a tad.
I want to open that part.
You want to come over to this part?
So, Dad, I'm going to open it.
Look at that.
It's heavy.
It's heavy.
It's not that easy, Dad.
Let me see what we have here. I think we can just open it up. Come on, buddy. This is not the auto open one. Oh, here we go. We got a strap holding us down. There, that's much easier. Watch your fingers, buddy. There we go.
What is this for, though?
And you see we had a little Velcro strap that was holding it together. Gotta make sure you pull that off. Now I've also heard that you don't want to pull up on this just yet because it slides. Gotta make sure these are locked down. Don't pull too much on that back. It appears to be locked.
This.
All right. Looks well built. Look at that cushion, buddy. It's thick. Look at that. A seatbelt, which was important for us.
Always wear a seatbelt when you're in a car.
Right. What we got here?
That way I have. That way you need to
Okay.
stay. Right,
We
Pop?
need to get the knife. Hold on here a minute, buddy.
I think you need a knife off.
Now we have a little strap here. Be careful not to cut the cable that's right beside.
This.
Hold on one minute. That's our controller. This is what goes in the arm. We're going to test it out, but we have to charge it 6 to 8 hours. It's supposed to have a little bit of charge in it, but not a lot. Yep, we slide it in here. Hold on, buddy. Ready? Yep, just like I showed you. Hold on, it's supposed to slide right in here. There we go. Put your fingers. Okay. Slid in. Okay. You tighten that down, it should be good. Yeah. Okay. We're getting somewhere. That's the speed changer. Well, it's looking pretty nice. Get the strap off there. Just sits in, pull the seatbelt back up.
Do not dirty this stuff.
You don't cut yourself, that's for sure. Now this model comes with the side bags and with the back bag as well. So I'll show you here. This is a nice little pouch that's in with it that's supposed to sit right down in here. Looks like it will. Comes with a remote controller. Hold on, let me make sure we're in. I've got to move this up a little bit here. Hold on, buddy. Yeah, nice. Don't turn it on yet. You want to show the viewers that?
Yeah.
Okay, don't drop it. Alright, so we have a user manual. We have the remote control. Show them the remote, Jax. Got the remote. I'm going to take you around this thing here. The remote does come with batteries. Show them what you got here in your hand. It's a little extra remote. This we're hoping comes in handy for us.
If I don't want to drive it, Papa can drive it.
That's right. Jax can't control it properly at times, and I can use the remote to control it. Comes with a tool bag. This is our charger. This one hand here.
How did I remember that, Papa?
Charger and charging cord. This comes with a 2-prong, 24-volt Class B charger.
Why is there a button right here?
Should do the trick.
But why is there a button here?
That is to pull your arm up and down. Jax is talking about these buttons on the side here. Supposed to release, yeah, see? The arms go up and down nice and easy. Has a nice little side bag here. You can keep some stuff in. The model, we was looking at the DX08, I think it was called, as a possibility, but it had the smaller motors. These are supposed to be 300s. We're going to see here in just a minute. DX didn't have the side bags, didn't have the nice back padding with storage in the back as well.
Pop,
What, buddy?
then let me test that out.
We're going to test it out, but we're going to have to test it out after it gets charged. I'm looking to see if there's anything on these motors. I'm not seeing any rating yet, but we're going to find out. I'll do a little more detail and I'll show you if these are actually 300 watts or not. Buddy? Yeah, squishy. Don't break that. You need that rubber seal, okay?
Why?
Don't push it in with your thumb, okay? Yeah, we don't hurt that rubber seal. I will, but that's okay. So here's the back latch. When it's folded up, disconnected here in the back. So you just pull out on that to fold it down. Now we have to plug in a couple things here. Looks like they've already plugged in the motor, so all we have to plug in is the battery. Which I am going to hold off on that until we're ready to test this out here, and then but I'll show you guys plugging that in as well when we're ready, when we're set up for it. This was just the unboxing, getting it out. Jack's just playing with the remote. We're not sure if he can actually drive this yet, so we got one with a remote.
Yeah,
So we could walk beside him or behind him and do it. But I think also we should be able to unhook this. We'll have to come up with our own attachment, but attach it up here if we decide to, because we see it's, look buddy, it's got this long cable here, which will reach up to the back. Now it doesn't come already with a clamp here to hook it up that way, but
Papa,
I think we'll be able to do that.
but how do you unhook this?
You unhook that by this little knob on here. You see that? Let's not take it off. Let's leave it on. I'm going to tighten that so it's in there good and sturdy right now. So it's looking nice. Wheels. Yeah, they're air-filled. I heard a lot of complaints about that. People want the ones that aren't air-filled. The front ones are all rubber. One minute, buddy. Just 1 minute. So these are puncture free, but these one here may be tubes. I'll have to research that a little bit here. We'll give you some more information on that. Yeah, there is, buddy. Okay, that's the unboxing. That's what it looks like. It does really look nice. I don't see any defects or anything so far. We're going to give this thing a charge, and then we're going to take it out here, test it. We're going to see if it can get us up and down this hill. If it can do that, then it does what we want it to do. All right, we'll get back with you when we charge this thing up. Questions here for me. I was trying to do many things at once, but we'll answer a couple of those now. He asked, what are these wheels right here for? Well, these wheels are for when you fold the chair back up. You can pull this like one of those suitcases. You use it like airports and such. I've seen lots of videos on that. And then he asked what these levers are. Well, these levers are to engage the motors or disengage them. Right now they don't move because they're engaged, so they'll move by power only. If you want to use this as a push wheelchair, you just pop these back. Now watch how easy it pushes. Pushes real easy. So we're going to do a little more taking plastic off of this thing, and then we'll continue the video. Thanks, guys. I'm going to do a quick video here to show you what this looks like. I mean, this chair is designed for an adult, but this is a 10-year-old boy here. He's pretty stocky.
And I'm almost an adult.
10 years old, almost an adult. He is under 70 pounds, I found out. So this is what it looks like for somebody that's 10 years old.
Like me.
Right around 70 pounds in this size chair. So I think somebody that's really wide might have troubles with this, because this chair is not much wider than his regular chair. But I'll get you a measurement of that, and we'll put that in the description. It's not so bad so far. His feet don't quite touch down there, but that's okay. He's used to that. But it does have a nice safety belt in it. We'll be able to strap him in. We're liking the tires. We like how easy it is to push. Lots of things about it we like so far. But we're going to get the rest of the plastic off this and get it charged, and then we'll... We're extremely pleased so far. Everything's working well. We're testing out forward and back. Come on, Jax. Show us forwards. Toward Papa. Oh, yeah, stop. Okay. You pull the hand off of it and it stops. That's like a brake. And go back. Good. Okay, go left. Your left. Yep. Left. Good. Right. Good. This is on speed 1, I believe, is what we have it on. You can change the speeds right here. Now hold on a minute, Jack. I'm just showing them. Looks like it's got 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 settings, 5 speeds. This is the horn. Kind of a weak horn. There's your power on. All I did is held this in for 3 seconds and it works. Just works right out of the box just like that. It only has a little charge in it, so we have to charge this up fully. But we just wanted to show it working. Everything seems to be working well. What's the other questions we had? Seems to be very well built so far. Okay, move forward a little bit, buddy. All right, just drive around a little bit. Take your time. This is the first time him ever being in one of these. Stop. Backwards. Now this is something we were concerned about. If you look down here, his toes don't go in front of the foot piece. Now this doesn't have any extra holes in it to adjust it up. I think that's one of the questions we had. But you can, I could drill extra holes in that if you wanted to actually move that up and down. I don't know what that would do to your warranty, but it is possible. But for him, we're going to leave it just like this. This actually works as a bumper, so you don't hurt his toes. Okay, turn it around here. Turn toward me. You're doing great. Good job. All right, when we get this fully charged, we'll take it out and do the hill test. At the instruction booklet that came with it, because I went and looked on the chair and there absolutely is no markings. I'm going to have to find out if they put any kind of stamp on this chair at all to tell what it is. On the front here, it is the RM8000 Deluxe series, they call it. On the web page, it's called the DX14. I believe that's the one I'm trying to get, and I'm hoping that's what I have. I think it is, because then I open up the first page here, and in the specifications, under the model number, there's that RM8000 again, but it also says Deluxe Series D14. So this has exact specs of what they're showing on their webpage as the DX14. So I think this is the right chair. It is, if you look down here, it says 24 volt, 20 amp lithium ion battery. It's the one I wanted. 20 amp hour battery. And it also shows the motors being 2 300 watt motors each. That's the claim they're making. I did flip the chair over to look and see if there's any markings on it. There's absolutely no markings on the motors at all. So I don't know of any way to tell if this is accurate. But I mean, they claim this is the 300. They have several chairs that use the 250, 250 watt. And matter of fact, most of the chairs out there use the 250 watt. But I wanted the 300 watt because I just thought any little extra boost we can get to help us get up this hill will be to our advantage. The rest of the specs are exactly what I was looking for, although I can't find any markings on the chair. I think this is what they show to be the DX14. Although in here the model number shows it being something different. Now what I did is went through Amazon. Now I could have got this right off of Rubicon's website. That its price is the same, $16.99. But the reason why I went through Amazon is because I had $150 off. So I went, saved $150 on this by going through them. But of course, you're also taking a chance of going through a third party and not getting what you ordered. But so far, I am pleased. This thing looks to be brand new, like I was hoping. Nothing seems dirty. I've heard horror stories from people about things. And, but so far, everything is as they've claimed it to be. I mean, the seller's going to get some good feedback if this thing turns out to do what it claims to do in the test later on today. So we'll do that test later. As soon as this thing's fully charged, we'll take it out, or maybe I'll have to do it tomorrow. We'll see what time it gets fully charged. And see if this thing can get me up and down the hill. I'm not going to try to do it straight up, but if it can get me up at the angle, then I'll be pleased. And you guys will actually get to see it, because you're not going to find it on the internet anywhere. I looked and looked for 2 years to try to find some decent videos on these chairs to see what they can do. I was also looking at Culver, which is another brand that's, these are, as far as these wheelchairs goes, this is fairly inexpensive brand. I mean, you can get into some really higher dollar brands. Of course, this is coming out of China. You know, the company claims to be a U.S. company, but they're all getting made and shipped from out of China from the research that I've done, which I don't have a real big problem with. You know, if you get what you believe you're getting, I have no problem with that. If people actually do the work they say they're going to do, you know, I'm all for, you know, American-made companies doing their jobs and stuff here and buying American-made products, but there's just not too many companies doing this. And the ones that are, the prices are just out of reach for, you know, the average person like us that, you know, and you don't have insurance to pay for it. I have insurance, but they're not going to pay for this. If they do choose to buy him a chair, it won't be anything like this. It's not going to be what you want. It's going to be something they pick, and, you know, according to their price ranges. And I've already been through the 1-year process, and of course got turned down. Then you can go through your therapist and such and eventually get something, but it's not going to be what you want. We wanted a fold-up chair that we take with us going places, and we wanted something to get him up and down the hill, and that's the plan. But we'll put that to the test later. Thanks, guys. There's another note we noticed with the charger they send with it. The charger definitely, you know, feels cheap, but we had it plugged in the living room, and the only plug we could plug it into was a little cheap brown extension cord. This thing got so hot, you couldn't even touch it. I brought it out here to the kitchen and plugged it directly in now. And it does feel like it's cooling down some, but that's a note for you. This thing does not have the extra ground on it. And so it's probably not a good idea to run these into little extension cords. It's 24 volt 3 amp, which you think you'd be able to, but it got hot. It seems to be cooling down now though. So it's just a little warning. Not the best of chargers. Okay, so we plugged this thing in. Took 4 hours to get the green light to come on, showing full charge, and then we did what they recommended to let it charge for another hour after that, which means it was 5 hours plugged in now. From the charge that they gave us from the factory till now, it took 4 hours for it to turn green, which I really think that was probably enough because it's not even hot anymore. I don't think it is charging. So why they tell you to leave it charged for another hour, I'm not really sure. But getting ready to take this outside. We'll turn it back on when we're ready. All right, we're about to test this outside down this hill. I put this on 3. I'm not really sure where to start it at. I got somebody doing a video from the top and here at the bottom. I'm taking my hand off this thing. It does take this thing a second to stop. There it goes. I can feel it locked in now when you take your hand off of it. Maybe you get a better idea what this hill looks like. I'm attempting the hill. Boy, that automatically just wants to turn straight down the hill. Yeah, it's going straight down the hill. The steep part. But it is stopping me. Really, that thing rolled down, not in the way I'd like it to. I'm in the yard now. It does not want to go in 3. Let's put it in 5. I'm pulling up an incline right now. Not a very big one either. It is not liking it. I have to say, I think I'm pretty disappointed in that. There's no way this thing's gonna get me up the hill. Very disappointing. As soon as I hit that incline, it immediately rolled down the hill, and I couldn't do anything to stop it. This thing does not have enough power to run a full-grown person. I mean, I'm 250 pounds, and it claims it can do 330 pounds. But just on the smaller incline, I barely made it up. I actually had to help it in one spot with my foot. So extremely disappointed so far. I'm gonna try it back up, but I can tell you right now, I don't think it's gonna make it. It's even at an angle. It just does not even want to go in the grass. I'm using my foot now to keep myself from tipping over. Yeah, there's no way. This is a complete fail. This is terrible. That was on the 5th setting on it. The 5th setting, this thing completely failed. As soon as I hit the corner of my ramp there and got into the yard, and that's just a slight angle, that thing made a beeline down the hill here. $1,700 depression is what this is. There is no power in this chair whatsoever. It is so weak. I imagine only on level flat ground you're going to do any good with this.
This thing is not going.
To the right.
I'm trying to.
Yes. Okay, I have my very thin granddaughter on this now.
Hey.
We're trying to make it the rest of the way back up to the house. Keep going. I literally have to push it. It can't go on its own. The skinny person. Why is it going backwards, honey? Go forward. It was. Okay, to the right. Yeah.
That's on a high speed. I don't like it. Too fast.
Okay, this ramp, it does just fine. Very low grade. Extremely disappointed. This chair is completely gutless. There's no way those are 300 watt motors. I put my granddaughter in it. She probably weighs, how much do you weigh? About 65, 70? Something like that. I ain't sure if she weighs that, and couldn't go up the hill. I had to push her up the hill with it. I'm gonna put him in it and walk beside the chair to see if, you know, how hard it is to get up and down the hill, if it makes it any easier than using a regular wheelchair or not. But so far, it doesn't seem like it's going to. I got down there on flat ground and barely could move. As soon as I got on a slight incline to get back up to the pavement, it couldn't. I mean, I had to help it with my feet. It had no power to pull, 250. They're claiming it's take 330 pound person. No way. And as soon as I hit the edge of this ramp, let me just show you so everybody knows. I came out here down the ramp, okay? It'll go up this ramp. I'll show you the incline of this. It's not bad at all. Just a slight incline. It can do this. Anything steeper than that, I don't know. But as soon as I hit this grass right here, you can see my path. Right here's the path. It shot straight down the hill, and I couldn't do anything about it. And the automatic braking system it had, it caught probably 2 times to try to slow me a little bit, but for the most part, it just dragged down. The weight of me took it right down the hill. So extremely disappointed in a almost $1,700 chair. No way those are 300 watt motors. Very disappointed. Okay.
Okay, I'm recording.
I had it when I was down there. I had it up to 5. Wait a minute, buddy. Wait a minute. Left, a little bit left. Straight. Keep going. A little bit left. Left a little bit. A little more. Okay. Go straight. Left and straight. There you go. Good. Left. Left. Okay. Let's go straight now. Let's see if it pulls. Okay. Let's put it in a little bit higher speed here.
I'm show them how the speed works.
Okay, we're gonna try it on 3 like I did with me to start with. All right.
Okay, you're kind of gonna go over a little bump.
Going pretty good. Left a little bit. Stop and left. So you know, I'm behind this thing, and you can stop it if you're a large enough adult. Now, if you're a small woman, you may not be able to, but I got enough strength where I can stop the chair. All right, buddy. Apple's got you from behind. We're going to go straight up the hill. Give it full blast up the hill.
Just keep going.
Yeah, keep going. It's a couple times not to. Keep going. You're doing good. Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
You right? That's left. Go right.
That way.
Go. Now straight. Straight forward. There you go. You right? Well, okay, stop for a second, buddy. Well, I did notice this. With him, all I had to do was just make sure he's going the right direction. and keep the front wheels from going down the hill. Definitely was a lot easier to get up the hill with 10 minutes, so I think we will have a use for it. Even though it couldn't pull me, it really doesn't need to, it just needs to pull him. So I think we're gonna be okay. I definitely wouldn't recommend this for adult though, but for someone his size, you could probably get him around. Now if you're gonna use this in your house or on flat pavement, I don't think you'll have a problem. It'll work for you for that.
What age do you think would work best for it?
It doesn't really, it matters more about weight, how much a person weighs. If they're heavy like me, I'd probably stay away from this chair. I want to continue this video just for a little bit. For any of you who are hoping to get one of these type of chairs to help you out, somebody that needs it medically, this is extremely disappointing. Anyhow, I want to show you what we've been using. He's gotten so big now, this is too small, and I've moved the seat back a couple times already for him. This car right here is 12 volt. It's got rubber tires on it. Can get him up this hill. And he can ride around in this yard for hours on that car. There's the angle of that hill. It is kind of steep and it does go down, you know, one way. You know, I was worried about the front wheels wanting to pull that way, but we're gonna walk beside it, was the plan. Because we already use a regular wheelchair to get him up down here, and it's hard. I mean, it's killing me. I got health problems too. But that 12 volt car will pull him up here, no problem, at this angle. It won't go straight up the hill, but this angle it does. I got down here in the yard with that, and I could barely get up to the concrete. And I had to help it with my feet. $1,700. Rubicon. Now I see, you know, why this thing is not considered a mainline chair. It gets up this ramp okay, but it will not pull him in this yard hardly at all. On 5, on 5th speed. There's no way those motors are 300 watts. It's a complete disappointment. I don't know what to do. Anyhow, thanks. You know, to this charger that comes with it, this thing's not even as good as the one that came with my 12 volt car. And I have a 24 volt car down there the same way. A lot sturdier, better charger. This thing is so rinky-dink, you can literally see through the cracks. But it gets so hot, it's going to eventually melt. It's just a bad charger. Extremely disappointed, guys. This is the 14 DX. Now on the box, this is what they show you the model number is, which is different. BZE 8000. This is the one that's selling on Amazon. You just want something to get you around the house, you'd be okay with it. If you don't mind spending almost $2,000 for something to just get you around the house. But it's not going to get you out in the yard. Okay, to run the remote, just press and hold the power button. 5 seconds, it comes on. Okay, press the deacceleration button on the joystick. And it's showing that. No, on here, okay? It's the minus button. Okay, we did that. Press the horn button to automatically match. And it's shown on here. I don't know if we have to keep pressing it. Or it says until.
Now it's saying pushing this button.
Wait a minute. It says press down. Press the down arrow button until the power button. Okay, down
On
this
here.
one. All right. Stops flashing.
There it is.
There it goes. Let's see if it works. See if the remote works anyhow. Nope.
It was before when it was. Wait, make it flash again.
Let's just try it over, okay?
It worked when it was flashing.
Press the power button of the wheelchair to turn it on. Okay, that's on. Let's put this back in 1. Press the power button of the remote control for 5 seconds to make sure that, yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Press the deacceleration button on the joystick until the middle light on. Until the middle light comes on. There we go.
Oh.
Okay, press the horn button to automatically match.
Now try moving it one time.
Press the down arrow button until the power button. Okay. There it goes. Let's see if we got it. No.
Wait, but can I try something real quick? I want to see this.
Well, the instructions for the remote doesn't work either. Extremely disappointed. Not that I'd use the remote anymore now anyhow. I don't trust this chair with my son being in it, grandson being in it, without me right beside it. All right, more disappointments, guys. Very disappointing. Some initial disappointment, as you saw in the videos. The chair does have its uses. I mean, he is enjoying it. He can get around the house. I mean, he's always able to crawl around the house, but at least now he can get around the house without having to beat his knees up and such. And we can use this on fairly level ground. We'll be able to go places where, you know, it's pretty level and take him now a little easier. And we can take him up and down the hill with a lot less strain on us pushing the chair. This will pull him. It's just harder to keep it straight. So we got to work on that, keep him straight. But all in all, you know, it should do pretty good for us for some basic needs.
Hi guys.
But if you're a bigger person, I would probably go for a more powerful chair. Right, Jax?
Yeah.
But this is pretty good for your size.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
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 Jax, pull back on the lever once. Boy, are we sick of that already.
Oh.
Why does it do that? Anybody know how to disable that? We're going to figure that out because that is extremely annoying. Every time he pulls back on the lever. Pull again, Jax. This is what you hear. And it's not quiet.
No, it is not.
All right, basic demonstration here of the power buttons and such. The power button, I mean, to turn the chair on to start with, I thought you had to hold it in. Basically, you don't. You just push it one time, it comes on. The speeds are right here. This one's in first gear, or first speed, I should say, right now. You can go up to 5 speeds. And in the house or on level ground, this thing does move out pretty good. It just doesn't do well in hills. It's got a terrible horn. There's the horn. Turn it off just like that. Now, we haven't actually put this down yet, but we're going to try this real quick. I believe you push this lever. So I'm going to have Jax hold the phone for me. Can you hold the phone there just like that, buddy? Scoot up here just a little bit more. Have you hold the phone. And you keep it on pawpaw just like that. Can you hold it just like that? Keep it right there, okay? And you push this in. I think they showed you first pulling up on the footrest. Make sure this is unhooked. And you pull up. And there it goes. And I would say that doesn't do it. Here, thank you, buddy. I hope you saw that. But that doesn't go together real easily. Of course, one of the wheels folded under on me. You want the wheels facing outward. It definitely takes a little bit of effort to do that. So I would say somebody that's pretty disabled would have a hard time doing that. That's just something you want to keep in mind. You have to have help for that. I will pick up on this like they show in the videos, what you can do. And then they show you pulling it. Let's try it. Yeah, you definitely could pull it. Those wheels do work. Let's see which way they want to tilt. Oh, not that way. We'll go up this way. I think they show pulling like this. You can pull it behind you like so. I tried pulling the other way and that thing fell forward and it has some weight to it, so maybe you got to pull by this. No. Boy, they make it look easy in the videos. But I would say if you're going to put this thing folded up to take it out to your car, this is how you want to pull it right here. It rolls on both sets of wheels. And they can lean this way just fine, you're okay, but don't pull it the other way. It'll partially open on you. There's nothing locking it. I imagine that's what that Velcro strap is for. You put that Velcro strap on here, to lock this down, which does make sense. So that was just another little tidbit for what to do and not to do with the chair. I learned the hard way. Don't pull it this way. If it falls this way, this kind of opens up, unless you have the strap on it. If you put that Velcro strap on it, that's on it when it comes out of the box, it'll stay together, and you could probably pull it this way if you wanted to, but I think this way is probably the ticket. Yep, it's a lot easier to pull. And it will stand up on its own, but it tries to open unless you have the Velcro strap on. So there's that. I think that's about everything. We'll think if there's anything else we got to show you here with this before I finish the video. I do want to say, I would say somebody that's less than 200 pounds, around 150 pounds, you're going to get around pretty good in this chair. 200 pounds, you're going to notice problems, especially if you on level ground and grass, you're probably going to notice some problems. And it's definitely not good for hills. Even with the kids in it, it doesn't go up the hills very good. Sorry, I had to turn off some music there. Rubicon. This is the DX14. This is one of their better chairs, which is a little scary. We was going to try the DX08. And we're really glad we didn't. This is supposed to have 300 watt motors for 24 volt. I mean, that should be a lot of power. On one of those little electric cars with a 12 volt motor, that thing pulled him around so well. All the way up to 8 years old, it pulled him around, got him up that hill and everything. These things are supposed to be twice the power at 300 watts a piece, which I don't believe they're even close to that. The construction, the framework, the construction, the welds on these look pretty good. I mean, somebody did a good job of welding this. You know, we have to have it for a while to tell if these hold up well enough. It's not going to be me riding it, it's going to be him. He's going to grow. And we'll keep this probably, you know, for another couple years, hopefully. It holds up, and hopefully the only thing we have to replace is the battery. I have bought some of the China lithium batteries, and they've held up pretty good on some of my power tools, so we're hoping this works well for the wheelchair. But this thing is pretty gutless. It'll go fast on level ground, but it's not going to go fast in the yard for you. Keep that in mind. Anybody wants something that does all terrain, that's all bogus. There's stories about it going over gravel and rocks and all kinds of things. It's not going to go over anything of any kind of size. I can tell you right now. I was trying to ride it over. He had a couple toys on the ground. They're puzzle toys. Right here. It will not go over these. If you get one of those behind or in front of the wheel, it will not go over that. That's 3/4 of an inch. Now, if you get a running start, you will, but it's not going to just pull over. That just shows you the power of the chair. It will not pull over this if it's up against the wheel. Keep that in mind. Of course, I'm 250 pounds. It might do it for the kids. Had a lot of high hopes for this, but it's basically just going to become his day chair, I think. I'll probably buy a table for it to hook onto it. We'll use it as a day chair, and he can get around in the house on his own a lot better with this. So there is advantages of having it. It's definitely not worth the $1,700 I paid for it. It's an extreme disappointment. I mean, we can't use it for the main reason we want it for, but it'll be used for other things. Rubicon, which is actually made from China, from a different company. I can't remember now. It starts with a B. Let's see if I can look it up and put it in the description for you. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye. Please like and subscribe.
And comment and
What's that button you gotta hit?
the subscribe.
The subscribe button. Thanks, guys.